If you come and be in our studio audience, you get to see why we laugh.
It's fun. It is lots of fun.
Welcome, Haiti. And hello, Winnie. So,
Had a few technical difficulties this morning.
yes, technical difficulties, but it's nice to be
The
here.
show shall go on.
The show shall go on, and we are gonna. Oh, I just set that down in water. Francis.
Hey, yes.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, so this month
This month is Women's Health Month.
And
Happy
so-
Mother's Day
Yeah, that's
to
probably-
MA,
yeah, that's
to everyone
probably-
who may have given birth to a child, or maybe those moms that we have in our lives.
Yes, I've been. Who could be anybody?
Anybody can
True.
be a mom, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So we want to talk
They
about...
can nurture.
They can, absolutely.
Yes.
So then we want to talk about women's health.
Yeah.
It's,
And that's Fridays also, isn't it? Like we're red for heart.
So in Heart Month is we're red on a certain Friday,
Oh, I
yes.
thought it was all the time.
Sure,
Oh, well.
you can do that, absolutely.
You.
Heart health is a great cause to support, absolutely.
So they go, oh, why do you wear black today?
It's also Mental Health Month
I don't
and
think
Stroke
my-
Awareness Month.
My pink doesn't.
That's okay. Pink is for Mammo.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can talk about Mammo.
Yeah,
So
it's
the great news about women's health is over the last 30 years, there have actually been some improvements. Women's life expectancy has increased by 3 years.
cool.
Yeah, so the average age is about 81 now.
Nice.
So
We still outlive the men.
absolutely,
yeah.
we do. We
That's what
absolutely
somebody
do.
told me. If you're going to get married, find one about 10 years younger, so you're done at the same
I got
time.
mine.
You're done at the same time.
What's the Winnie the Pooh quote? I want to live to be 101 if you live to be 100.
Yeah.
Anyway, for almost in the last 30 years, the percentage of American women who smoke has decreased from almost 30% to 16. So that's a good
Wow.
thing.
Who can afford it?
Oh, no doubt. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure. And women, speaking of heart disease, who die from heart disease, that has decreased from 30% to 25%.
Oh, nice.
So women are starting to take better care of themselves.
Because they take care of everybody else.
They do. That's
it's
the
like-
one thing about women. We all do it. We're like, I'm so busy taking care of this or that, or they say find a person who's busy to do something because they'll
Yeah.
get it done, right?
But
So
I
women-
tell them all the time, I said, this is airplane philosophy.
okay,
Put on your mask first.
there you go.
Because
Absolutely.
if you start trying to help the person next to you without your mask on, you're going to pass out and then you both die.
absolutely,
So you
you gotta
must,
fill your cup.
you have to fill your cup. You
Yes.
must take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And so have the test,
So there are a lot of screenings that
Right.
need to be done at certain ages. We're going to talk a little bit about that. What we talk about in Hunt County most, I think, is mammograms.
Right.
If you're 40 and above, make sure you're getting your annual screening mammogram. That's very important. That gives the opportunity for the radiologist to look at previous years and see if there's any changes. Now, I want to say something that's very important that a lot of ladies think, oh my gosh, I don't have insurance. Mammogram's probably really expensive, right? It is $200, but in the grand scheme of things, remember when we find breast cancer early, a 5-year survival rate is 100%.
Right.
So 90% of women who have breast cancer are being recovered from it, right? So they're getting treatments and they're living longer lives because it was diagnosed early. So that's
You also, if you diagnose it early, then you're going to have a biopsy.
right.
And maybe
less
this
treatments.
But if you wait,
wait.
you're going to have a major treatment.
A major surgery probably.
Yes.
And then major treatment as well. Yeah,
which
so-
costs a lot more than the $200 screening.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. We always talk. We're talking about women's health, but when we talk about men's health, we go, guys, you get the oil checked, right? You rotate the tires, right? Because it makes the car last longer.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
get the screenings done. But some other screenings that we don't talk about as often are probably pelvic exams. Not our favorite, right? But you should really be starting to get those done at 21 and have them on a regular basis based on a conversation with your doctor. Some, because of history and things, some people recommend you get it once a year. Others, it's every 3 years. So really having a conversation with your doctor. And I think that's what we often forget is we should be seeing our doctor on a regular basis, checking us out when we are healthy, so that when we're not healthy, they know what that looks like.
Right.
So that's very important. Getting blood work done, having an A1C, and finding out where we are in a diabetes situation. That's very important as well. Cholesterol screening, thyroid screening. So many women have thyroid issues.
Right.
And if you're getting the blood checked on a regular basis, you know when those issues start, not when you're having symptoms later on down the road.
And you hope that they're going to look at the previous. I have one doctor who acts like I've never, I mean, he's done the blood test. He's like, acts like, this is really bad. I'm like, did you look at the last one? These numbers are like hugely better than those.
Right.
So I must be doing something right already.
Exactly.
But so often.
It's like cholesterol.
Yeah.
Some people just have a dispensation because of family
Right.
history that their cholesterol is higher.
Right.
Now, we do a lot of things to help with that, but it just is what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
But yes, making improvements, not necessarily.
Not to where they think the ideal is.
Right, exactly.
But getting better over time.
Absolutely. That's
Feel better.
very, very important. Some other things that we love to talk about, colonoscopies.
Oh, yes.
That's our favorite. So the standard before has been 50, and it has been lowered to
I was saying,
45.
I thought I saw it was lowered recently.
So talking with your doctor, if you have a family history, you know, the actor that passed away, the Wakanda, I can't think of his name.
The actor,
The
yes,
actor,
yes,
yes.
yes,
He
yes.
passed
The
away
actor.
at
Black
45.
Panther.
Black Panther, thank you.
Oh, that guy.
That
Okay.
guy.
He passed
Young
away at
guy.
45. He had
Yeah.
been going through treatments for like 4 years while he was on movie set. And so, again, screenings may be needed earlier. Talk with your doctor based on family history.
Patrick Swayze did that too. He was on set the whole time, but he looked awful.
He did. He did.
That last-
He did not do well.
No, that last show.
Bone density screening. So bone,
Bone
densities, that's very important. As we age, our bones start to get less dense.
Right.
And chance for breaking. So there may be some vitamins and things that we need to be taking in order to that. Skin screenings.
Yeah.
How many of us laid out in the sun?
Slathered with baby oil.
Exactly.
Coconut oil was my go-to.
Yes.
So-
You smelled so good.
Yes.
It's like,
And I just love sitting out in the sun.
Had a pina colada.
Sunshine is important.
it does give us
helps
vitamin D.
Yes. But wear sunscreen if you're going to be out long term. Get screenings, get those things checked because we can't see on our back very well. A doctor can do that. And then check it on a regular basis for any changes. If the ABCs of a mole, if you don't know that, Google it. And then eye exams and hearing exams. How many people my spouse says I can't hear? It often
that.
happens.
That
in our
might
house.
be selective.
But getting those things checked out, regular visits with your doctor. Ladies, take care of yourselves. It's your month. Happy Mother's Day to those, again, mothers who have given birth and those who nurture others.
Yeah, there's a whole range of mothers.
There is.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, there's a range.
Absolutely.
that led into a whole other train of thought that I don't need to go to.
You don't have to give birth to
Yes.
someone to mother them.
Right.
Absolutely. We have a lot of mentors in our lives that are
Oh,
important.
yeah.
So, but thanks for having us today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you
It was
for
awesome.
coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, are you ready for a commercial? What's up? Okay, so we caught up all of it, I think.
Yes.
And thank you for being here
Absolutely.
again.
Yes, love it.
And I'll see you again soon,
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
At Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are by your side. When times are good, we will be here for you. When times are difficult, we will stand with you. Why? Because you are our family, friends, and neighbors. That's why at Hunt Regional Healthcare, we continue to invest in services, specialties, and team members to provide the trusted care you've come to count on, so you can rest assured your loved ones will always receive the best quality care. At Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are by your side. When times are good, we will be here for you. When times are difficult, we will stand with you. Why? Because you are our family, friends, and neighbors. That's why at Hunt Regional Healthcare, we continue to invest in services, specialties, and team members to provide the trusted care you've come to count on, so you can rest assured your loved ones will always receive the best quality care. Hunt Regional Healthcare, by your side.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville.
At Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are by your side. When times are good, we will be here for you. When times are difficult, we will stand with you. Why? Because you are our family, friends, and neighbors. That's why at Hunt Regional Healthcare, we continue to invest in services, specialties, and team members to provide the trusted care you've come to count on, so you can rest assured your loved ones will always receive the best quality care. Hunt Regional Healthcare, by your side.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
And welcome back, Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and Me. I didn't say that earlier. So
It's okay.
We were late, and I just swooped right into her conversation.
Right. Technical difficulties can throw us off schedule.
Yeah, so we have Hunt County Veterans Honor Guard. Are they in Royce City with you?
Yes, they are. But they serve. I'll let Steve tell you, and Brett can tell you about what they do.
Do they really have the same last name?
No. His wife, Danette, is also a
okay.
honor guard.
My apologies, since I was like making one of you Danette.
No, we're not married.
I wasn't even, I just saw it was two names and they all had the same
Right.
last name. I thought
Right.
I wasn't, my apologies.
Well, I'm Steve Lowe's.
Very nice to
I'm
meet you.
with the Hunt County Veterans Honor Guard.
Yep.
And we're in need of personnel.
Oh my goodness.
We will take any veteran that was honorably discharged. And a lot of our group are older. They're, what are they, Brent? Some of them are up in their late 80s.
Oh my goodness.
And still serving.
That's awesome.
And it takes someone with a servant's heart, and we need those folks to join us.
So what all do you do?
Brent,
That
from
just so happens
I
I have
asked the right
a
question.
bullet point that says what we do. Now, at
amazing when it works that way.
a typical military, what we call it a military ceremony, what we
Right.
do is we do flag folding, naturally. We do a rifle salute. Now, we use an M1 Grand. It's really a World War I rifle, and we shoot blank ammunition. We also play taps, and the person we would fold the flag. There's 13 folds. We would fold the flag, and a member of our honor guard would present it to a family member. Now, we also after we did the flag, we take we have what we call 3 volleys. It's not a 21 gun salute. It's 3 volleys. And we'll pick up spent rounds, 3 spent rounds, and we will give that also. So that spent round is something we use specifically for this funeral, and it also has the gunpowder smell. So they could share it, they could give it away to whomever they want. But the answer to your question is, what do we do?
Yeah.
So are the bullets symbolic of something when you give it to the family, or is it just
military, I guess it would be a military tradition.
It's from that service for their loved one.
Gotcha.
Sort of like the flag from the coffin, all that could go together. When you
Yes.
make your little box
Yes.
of
Yes.
memoriam
Right.
at home.
Gotcha.
Now, we should point out that it's a voluntary service, but only only members are military veterans. And that's the only one that participates in the service. Now, I know you're going to say, well, how much do you get paid? And the answer is
Drum roll.
zero, because you volunteer.
Right. I was going to say, well, I thought you said it was volunteer. That's usually zero.
That's correct.
Most of the time, with no expectation beyond zero.
Now you see, we're in a uniform. Now this is part of, Steve is the adjutant, and he's the one that provides the uniforms. Now, but for us, we provide a military volunteer, and we provide them with a
I am the quartermaster.
quartermaster. I'm sorry. Don is the adjutant. You're correct. But we provide a short sleeve and a long sleeve shirt. This is the ascot. We'll provide the cap. Now these, you'll see buttons and the rope here. Those are things that we provide along too. Now we also have the pants with a belt buckle. If for some reason you get a little bit larger, we have extra sizes that we can do. And we provide a winter jacket. Now the only thing we don't provide is, number one, your socks, and number two, your shoes. But on the end of the blanket, on the end of the shirt, this would be our branch of service. And that can be picked up. They could use the Audie Murphy Cotton Museum. They have a lot of supplies there, or wherever
nice.
they want to do.
I didn't know that. Very good.
And
I was going to ask, it doesn't matter what service, which branch anybody was to get into the Honor Guard?
No. We accept members from all branches, including Coast Guard. We haven't had a Coast Guard member yet, but
Nice. And that's how you tell the difference, is on
Correct.
the right sleeve.
yes.
Now, you're both Vietnam War veterans. Do you have a significance on your uniform as well? That you're a
Have a-
Vietnam vet?
We
I
wear our
Your ribbons.
ribbons and
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you.
I know people, my dad had told me how to read them, but I didn't learn well, I guess.
well, being retired, you know, when you're active duty, as Haiti will tell you, you know your ribbons. Once you retire and you don't go over these, you sort of forget what some of them are.
Absolutely.
So, hey, we're
Yeah.
all human, so
Well,
we're
listen
all
to
getting
some-
old.
Some military books that I've listened to, and these people can walk in and they go, oh, and they rattle off things that you've done because you
Yes.
have them displayed. And
Yes.
I look at it and go, oh, it's pretty, you know.
Yes.
But they can read it,
Yes.
and it tells them a whole lot.
Yes. As Brent mentioned, our main purpose is veterans' funeral services. However, we do also different civic events in the community. We do what they call a salute to the armed forces, where we play each branch of each of the
Right.
militaries and do a flag salute for that particular branch. We have done, in 2022, we did 52 funeral services.
Ouch.
Wow.
And we did 15 other events, which would be, like I say, the salute to the armed forces, just raising of flags, etc.
Now, they've participated with us in the Roy City American Legion when we do we recognize the Vietnam War veterans. They will come and post and retire the colors, and it's always such a sharp presence when they are there in their uniform. It's just wonderful.
And we'd like to kind of distinguish when we do the civic event. That's more of a flag presentation. Color guard is what they would kind of refer to. Now, we try to distinguish because we are not a color guard, we're an honor guard. So in the event, because our number one and sole role is military funerals. Now, we may volunteer to do a flag presentation in the event that we get a call for a military funeral. Again, that's our sole purpose. We may have to cancel.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that way we always do that first.
Right. I got smart. I started putting our events at 6:30 p.m. so they didn't have an opportunity to say no.
So how do we get in touch with you? How does somebody who's watching us?
Okay, we have one point of contact, and that point of contact is Jerry King.
Okay.
And his number is 940-337-0630.
Okay.
If any of you happen to know a member of the Hunt County Veterans Honor Guard, you can contact any of us.
Okay.
But we just really have to have one point of contact.
Communication can get all
If
messed up.
people are like me, they can't remember all these numbers.
So you guys don't have a Facebook account or a website?
We don't.
Just it's,
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Now, I might say, in this military, I kind of listed the events, in this military ceremony, again, it is for the family and the invited guests. Now, without a doubt, people that attend this ceremony, it is an experience they will never, ever forget. I'm kind of having to, forgive me, I'm having to look at my notes.
Oh, no, that's
Good, you're good.
When they fire the weapon, it's not uncommon for us to see it out the corner of our eye that they jump.
right.
And if we play taps, there may be a tear shed or two.
Absolutely.
But again, I need to reiterate, give them that phone number again, if you would.
940-337-0630.
And how many
Thank
do
you.
you have? Go
I
ahead.
just said thank you for the number again.
All right. And how many are currently in the Hunt County Veterans Honor Guard?
We have more folks on our book. We're like any organization. We have a lot of, seems like a lot of people want to join us, but as soon as they join, I don't know if it's, they just want the uniform or
Right.
what, but we don't get a lot of participate. You got to have it in your heart to want to do
Right.
a service like this. If you don't have it in your heart to do it, I would say don't join, because, you know, it costs us money for these uniforms,
Right.
and I have to go around to get them back when they don't participate. So.
Right.
One of the events that they have coming up, I don't know if you guys know this yet, but Flag Day is June 14th. They're going to do a presentation to the children at the Roy City Library, C.F. Goodwin Library, and they're going to fold the flags and explain it to the kids, and that'll be a really nice event. If there's no funeral
Right.
going on.
Now,
Nice.
one thing I was going to mention too is that people, you asked who do we contact? Well, traditionally, a funeral home will contact us for that service. For us, we do not charge for a service. We may get donations, sometimes the funeral home provides us, and that's our only source of funds that Steve can buy the uniforms. So it's quite unique. Now, we're located in Hunt County. Our members are in different locations all the way around. But as far as we know, we are the only the group that provides an honor guard of all the surrounding counties. Generally, when we accept a funeral, it may be at a funeral home, or it may be at a church. It may be even somebody's private home that we do that. But again, by having a funeral home contact us, then we can get the details. that we get the location. Now, sometimes we may all try to meet at the American Legion here in Greenville, and we'll all pile on a couple of cars and we'll have a convoy. That works out good because we all get there at the same time. Some members may live close, and they may go right to that location. And like for me, I live in Royce City. Steve lives in Nevada. We have members that live right here in Greenville, but other places that we have. So the American Legion is a good place for us to kind of convoy. Now, you fire these weapons with blank ammunition, and you have to have a routine cleaning of those things, and that way, as part of the Department of Defense regulations, every weapon has to be in a vault that is locked. So that's where it's locked right there. We're good. But it also, when we get there, there's enough tables that we can spread out. People can join in. We can start cleaning the 7 weapons that we have. Because after that black powder, they do need cleaning.
Right. I was going to ask if y'all have the equipment. Any
We
equipment
do.
needed is provided.
and-
It's not like, oh, you've joined now, you got to come up with.
No. We get our weapons from an outfit now. It used to be in Michigan. I think it's out of Alabama now. And if we cease to exist, we got to pack them weapons up and ship them back. It's a government facility there.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay. That's just fascinating. I could talk to you for a long time, find out what's going on. But we have to move on. Commercials. Thank y'all for coming and being flexible. Since we didn't come right on time when we thought we were going to do this.
I was going to mention, Steve's been doing this a lot longer than I have. But I was a member of another honor guard, and then now I joined Greenville here. Now I've done probably over 100 military funerals.
Wow.
Steve, how many have you done?
Did you do all
I
of that?
don't even want to. I got into this when we was living in Arkansas, and I joined an honor guard up there, and then was with the helped form the Tri-County Veterans Honor Guard in Royce City
that was
when
there
we
too,
moved
yeah.
here, and then now the Hunt County Veterans Honor Guard. So,
And
like
there-
I say, you got to have it in your heart.
And there have been occasions where we may go to a different event, and a family member would come up and say, yes, I remember you, and I'm so glad that you were able to do that for my father, or whatever.
Right.
That's nice. Y'all do great work. Thank you so much for your
Thank
service.
you for inviting
Yes,
us.
thank you very much.
And if you're interested, contact, do it again.
940-337-0630, and that is Jerry King.
Jerry King. I was going to ask again. Okay. We've got it all together. Cool. Thank you very much. And we will go to commercial and be right back.
The most amazing state-of-the-art Chevy dealership in Texas is now open. The all-new Platinum Chevrolet in Terrell.
And we'd like to personally invite you to come by and meet our team. Every day we drive the difference by providing incredible values and exceptional service. Shop and explore a huge selection of new Chevys across 14 acres, all specially priced. You'll find us just off Spur 557 in Terrell.
Drive the difference at the all-new Platinum Chevrolet.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Friendlee Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Friendlee Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Friendlee Auto Supply has the right part to keep your vehicle running. And backed by the best hometown service. Friendlee Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Friendlee Auto Supply and CarQuest.
You need someone who will take the time to understand your unique tax situation? Someone who will help you plan for the future and knows the right questions to ask to get the most out of your return? If so, call D. Earl's Tax Service, where you'll be treated like family by our family. We have 2 convenient locations in Greenville and Quinlan to help you with all your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs. D. Earl's Tax Service, serving Hunt County for 40 years. Stop by and say hi to the family at D. Earl's Tax Service.
We laugh a lot. We
Absolutely.
laugh a lot here. So, and I didn't tell you guys that Pud was coming back with us. She was going to be here.
Well,
Thank
it's
you
the
so
first
much.
Wednesday of the month.
Yes,
so
it is. And
there you
we've
are.
been talking about how fast weeks come. Months come fast too.
They do.
I'm sure with your newsletter, it's like, wait a second, didn't I just do that?
Yes.
And it's been 4 weeks or so.
Yes, and this month it took me. Usually, it takes 2 days to write the thing, and this time it took 4.
Oh wow!
So we can't possibly cover everything. And
Right.
in a sense, I started it so that I covered some extra events last weekend that really weren't in May. So we had a whole bunch of things in there, but we still got a lot of good stuff up.
Yeah, it's a busy month. It's Mother's Day month. It's a ton of proms, a ton of stuff, and then people's
schools going.
Yeah,
well,
schools.
and this weekend coming up, there's just it's
the Festival of the Arts.
We've got the Festival of the Arts. It's also Band and Flash Floor Show.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. To me, that's just one of those delightful things that still goes on in this community that is a very, very treasured event. It's Friday and Saturday night.
Nice.
Do you like that segue? Didn't I do well?
Awesome.
Smooth right in there. This is, of course, the tradition of our high school for many, many years to showcase the band and the Flaming Flashes, the world's first drill team.
Yes.
And it's going to be 6:30 at the gymnasium at the high school.
Okay.
The theme this year is On the Radio.
Oh.
So it's going to be different songs and things about, music and different things, which ought to be a lot of fun. And of course, always includes the presentation of all the new Flash officers.
Yeah, the officers and
the new drum majors.
Passing of the guard.
Exactly, exactly.
The old the drum major to the new drum major, the old colonel to the new colonel.
And I think about now, and I know you know this too, having been a long time connections to Greenville. There's how many generations now? I know my mother
was she a Flash?
Yes,
my mom was a Flash.
So it's at least
when it was, and probably your mom, it was drum and bugle corps.
Yes.
Before it was actually like the Rangerettes.
Yes.
Which was the precursor to the Rangerettes. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
I learned so much when I listened to
Gussie
y'all.
Neal Davis started the Rangerettes, but she started the Flashes first. She was here.
She left Greenville High School, where she was the director and created the Flaming Flashes, and then left Greenville and was hired by Kilgore Junior College and started the Rangerettes, and that's what became, of course, the spectacular dance team that's the most famous one now. But we actually predate them.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is kind of exciting to.
Yes. Right. But anyway, so we've got that. We've got Festival of the Arts, and of course that's going to be going on.
Are they? Do you know if they're closing the street?
From what I understand, they are, because the artist booths are supposed to be
they're down the middle of the
down
street.
the middle of the street, and of course you've got a full day of activities here.
Yeah, we've got on the stage. We've got stuff all day long.
We've got farmers market that morning. It's also the Master Gardener's annual plant swap.
Yes, down by the Heritage Garden.
Yes. Are you a Master Gardener?
Yes. You joined them,
I'm a gardener.
Okay.
Master sometimes is, I am a master gardener, but it's a little elusive.
She joined the group.
Well, I'm a retired master
Yes,
gardener.
you said that.
But the thing I always try to warn everybody, the plant swap is so much fun. It's plants, bulbs, and seeds, and you're invited to come. And even if you don't have anything, people are very generous. But it starts at 9 a.m. and you bring your stuff and you set it up. And by 9:03, maybe it's all gone.
That's what I understand.
Oh my God. I mean, the very first time I went, I just was almost shell-shocked at how fast. I kept thinking you were going to be able to wander around and visit with people. What's this? And what's that? And, do I want that in my garden? Well, no. I mean, it's gone. So, be prepared. Put on your armor and go. But it is so cool. And, I've gotten so many wonderful things for my garden that I wouldn't have had, because it's all about what they call pass-along plants, which are those wonderful old-fashioned kind of plants that we don't find at the garden centers as much anymore.
And you get these cuttings, and then the things you have to give them space. There's plants that you have to
divide them.
You divide them up, because if you don't.
Well, there's a lot of people that'll just dig up because they know that their own plants need dividing, and so what they'll do. And I know, for example, I did this. I've got some pots. I'm hoping to get down there this weekend, and I needed to divide up some of my daylilies.
Right.
And so I just went ahead and potted them off into some small pots. just so that more people might be able to have some. But at the same time, I've been down there where people, have literally just taken a shovel, dug it up, thrown it in a grocery store bag, and plop it on the table, and you get this wad of iris or whatever it may be in it, but it's fun. So if anybody likes that kind of thing, plants, bulbs, and seeds, it's going to be down at what they call the Heritage Garden, which is across from the farmer's market. So you can do both. You can do the,
Can you park at the? I've never been to the farmers market. You can park at the.
Market Square. You can park at the Market Square and just walk across the street to the plant swap and go to market and go to farmers market. Which this is the second official weekend of the farmers market, which is great. So we've got that coming up. You've also got the Color Blaze Run that's going to be the Parks and Recreation Department.
And it's out at the.
No, it's here. It's in downtown this year.
Oh, I thought last week they said it was going to be at the sports park.
Well, then they may have moved it.
I don't know.
Because
I thought that's what they said.
They this year, at least my notes that I had found had said it was going to be downtown as part of the Festival of the Arts.
Well, that's why I asked them that.
Last year it was at the sports park, but
maybe they were confused.
I don't know.
I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd read it was downtown.
Yeah. Well, that's the last.
It made more sense.
The last I read it, it was supposed to be. We'll see.
Well, if they're not at the sports complex, come downtown.
If you're running in the race, they'll tell you where to go.
Yes.
Everybody else,
if you've registered,
maybe you'll be lucky enough to see them. But this is one of those kind where you wear your shirt is white and they throw all this wild colored powder on you.
Right.
And so that's part of why it's the fun of the Festival of the Arts to have one of these Color Blaze runs. And you come away hot and sweaty and absolutely covered with color.
Yeah.
Now, does it stain the shirt and then it just?
Well, the part of the idea is, yes, it stains the shirt, and then they actually give you instructions on ways. I think it's like a tempera paint because it will wash off your body and won't stain your body. But if you do it right, it will. You can save it on the shirt.
Probably soda ash, like the tie-dye.
There's some way you can do it, and it comes with instructions because I know I read it one time, and I didn't put them in my newsletter, but I saw it was there. So yes, you can do that, and that's part of kind of the fun of it.
And they said each person gets some color too. I guess you
So
throw it at the end, like confetti or something.
Right. Also this Saturday, for anybody who does not want to come downtown but is cleaning up their property, it's the annual Hunt County Tire Roundup.
Oh.
And that's going to take place at the fairgrounds from 8 a.m. to noon. You can bring, any old tires you've got on your property. They are saying no tires on rims, limit of 25 tires per person.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
No businesses.
But no commercial businesses, and no tires so large they cannot be manually loaded.
Wow.
But otherwise,
no tractors.
So if you happen to be driving on Jack Finney Boulevard on Saturday morning and you see this row of trucks with tires in them, that's what's going on. And then they will all be hauled off and recycled or whatever. The whole idea is to do that so that they're properly disposed of.
Right. And if you're new to town, it's by L3.
Yes.
Right. You can probably find L3. You should be able to find the fairgrounds too, but it might be a better address.
Also this weekend, the museum is having a new event that is the To Hell and Back Poker Run.
Oh my goodness.
And this is gonna get interesting because it starts at the museum.
Right.
The run will begin at 10 a.m. and they're going to run around, and they're going to end at the Hunt County Fairgrounds. So we're going to have the poker run and the tire rally at the fairgrounds at the same time.
Oh, that should be fun.
It should be fun. But anyway,
but that also means the run is not the same kind of run as the color run.
No.
Because the color run, you're actually on your feet.
Right. You're riding a motorcycle.
Right.
For this. Right.
Yeah.
It is also Fox Fest weekend in Caddo Mills.
Yeah.
Which is their annual festival. And they've got all kinds of things going on with that. They also have a run. They've got vendor booths. It's all, Main Street games and activities. And
is it First Friday in Wolf City?
I don't think so.
I've not seen anything. It is First Friday.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, that just if it's First Friday, then...
It didn't pop up in any of my notes or anything, but, sometimes...
Who knows?
I know. Sometimes they do, and what I try to do through the year is kind of rotate some of the different events that might be regulars. To be able to talk about that. Yes. But there's a hot dog eating contest, there's adult tricycle races, and a best dressed pet contest.
Oh,
Our
for
little
Winnie.
friend.
For Winnie.
You want to go foo-foo? You want to be foo-foo dressed?
No.
I don't think so.
This is our Winnie friend
Yes.
for all of you on TV.
Right.
This
And
is-
of course, you've also got a
Mark
big
Combe.
show this weekend.
It's a full fan party, so you get parking, dinner, drinks, treated like you should be treated. Intimate show, only 100 people or so.
That's
so
great.
it's
Yes.
it's amazing that you can see the people of this caliber.
Absolutely.
And our newest one, which hasn't completely been announced, Lee Greenwood's coming to. He's only going to 80.
Wow.
80 concerts.
Is he going to sing my favorite song?
Probably.
God bless the USA.
Yes.
And when is he coming?
July 1st.
Oh,
but
how great.
it is his farewell tour. He's not going on tour again. He may do concerts, but he's not going on tour again, as I understand. And he asked to come to Greenville. So it's kind of exciting.
Good for you, Barbara.
Yeah.
Well, he used to come when his son went to TCU.
Uh-huh.
So he would come to here, have a concert, so he got paid to go visit his son.
Well, that sounds like a good deal.
I mean, if you can work it out, right?
Right, exactly. And of course, you've also got Doug Stone and the
Yep.
Boxmasters with Billy
Yes.
Bob Thornton coming up. So
Yep,
you've
yep.
got some great shows.
Yeah, big.
Yeah. Right.
Doug Stone's actually one of them people asked for. There's no food. That $99 is just to have music.
Yes. Yes.
Which
Yep.
it's a different thing that I'm trying.
Right.
Because people had said they wanted to do this without all the extras, not the VIP. Let me just come hear music. And I
Yes.
said, okay.
So I think it's great that you,
I
you know,
can
to
make it.
experiment- yeah.
Let's try this.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also this Saturday is the Barrel Room Tour at Landon Winery, which they now do every other month.
Okay.
Which so you know, they'll do it here, and then they'll do it again. The next one will be July 1st.
Right.
So they could do that and then go see Lee Greenwood, and it'll be a happy
Oh,
night.
that should be a day.
Yeah, you know, you start at 2 o'clock in the winery, you go in the back room, you tap barrels. Please eat before you go. That's all I can say. I've done it before. I love it. It is a blast. They are so interesting and so informative. But eat before you go.
Because otherwise,
or else eat as soon as you're done. Go out, walk,
Crawl.
float out front and get a cheese board, because they are so generous with what they give you in the way of the pours and everything. But you learn so much. You taste all different kinds of wine, and Bob continues to win all kinds of awards and things for that.
yeah, I have people come to town and they're like, very impressed that we have wine of this caliber.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of fun to show off.
And to see, and you look at the quality, as he's improved over the years and really experimented and just developed into this remarkable winemaker. And you go to these other wineries and it absolutely spoils you. For what you get. And speaking of Landon's, and kind of moving on then to the next weekend, as my grandson says, moving on, Mother's Day bubbles and brunch for two is what Landon's is doing, and it is an event for two people. It includes a bottle of sparkling, a flight of juices, a brunch board for two. And so it's, time with mom, and it sounds like a great menu. So,
on Saturday or Sunday or both?
It's going to be just on Sunday.
Just on Sunday.
Right. Oh, and here's something else to think about. Tomorrow, of course, is May the 4th. Which is Star Wars Day. Exactly.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And the library is having Star Wars Trivia Night.
Oh, fun.
The new director at the library is just doing so many cool things.
Right.
It is,
well, you have to move into the modern world.
I just am blown away by the just some of the different great activities they're doing. And this is dress as your favorite Star Wars character. Come, it's going to start at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And you can enjoy the trivia, and if you're, as they put in their description, there are enemies to be conquered and prizes to be won.
You got to be creative.
We'll do 10 minutes. I'll just play the commercial at the very end, so we could just.
Okay,
sounds good to
me.
All right. I didn't know if we wanted to break in the middle, but let's barrel on for 10 more minutes.
May I add an event?
Sure.
May 5th, Friday, is our community blood drive from 12 to 6 p.m. in Roy City Medical, Roy City
good, okay.
Trinity Baptist Church. We do it 6 times a year, so if you're looking for a place to follow where you can be consistent, come join us.
Do you still have the cool shirts?
I have the best cool shirts for blood drives.
I got
did.
one of those really cool shirts.
I need to bring you another one.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's
You've got to go ask for the shirt because it was like Texas and a drop of blood.
It says y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
It's a really great shirt.
Good, yes. The library also has coming up, because I've just got a couple of random library events while we're talking about that, because I'm jumping a little bit here, but I've tried in my newsletter now to organize by Parks and Rec, by the library, by land, and just that way where you can find some of them, you know, those activities. On Monday, May 15th at 6 p.m., they are doing a comedy open mic night. This will be the first time they've ever done anything like this, which is every performer is going to get a 3-minute window to share their material. They're asking that the jokes be appropriate for a public forum, but they're also saying it's going to be for adults 18 and over because they do understand there will be some mature content, and they're that's so. You know, I would assume that the first part might be more language on the public forum. But anyway, there's a place, you can go to my newsletter or you can go to the library, and there's a place where you can register to be on the list.
Yeah.
They also have started a new Books and Brew book club.
Yeah.
Which
that meets down the street.
Yes, that meets down the street. And they're going to meet on Tuesday, May 16th. I went to the first one.
How was it?
Good. It was really fun. You know, the people that were there, it was just, you know, a neat mix of people. I knew 2 of all the people that were there, so I met
and she knows everybody.
But I met a whole group of new people. And really enjoyed the book. This next book is called A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. They've got someone at the library that is directing discussion and comes in then with a list of suggested books, and then we vote on which book we're going to read. And so you can sit there and you can have an adult beverage and an appetizer and talk about the book. So it's lots of fun.
Planned by the library, but not at the library.
Yes, correct. And then they also, on the first Monday of the, the fourth Monday of the month, they have a poetry slam.
Oh yeah, they said they had a lot of fun last time.
That is becoming a big event for them, and they're getting big crowds for that. So I think, you know, that's again fun. And these are all the kind of things that you wouldn't. Number one, they're none of them really quiet.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
that's what I was saying. The
yes.
library is such a different. I mean, this is for when we were kids. This covers our library.
Yes.
We can, everything we would go down to the Harrison Library down the street, we can get here.
Right.
So there's no reason to have to be in a building with a card catalog and sitting there and being quiet. They still are quiet, but there's research that's done at the library. But there's activities that have to do with literature, books.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, they're creating a community center around all kinds. You know, we've got the Parks and Recreation Department that's doing the physical and the sports,
right?
And now the library is doing creative and intellectual and literary activities, and I just think it really adds a richness to our community that's just absolutely fantastic.
Right. Things to do, people to meet.
Right. Speaking of Parks and Rec.
Yes. Pop-up parks. Pop-up parks.
Pop-up parks are still going on, and that is on Tuesday nights, and we've just got a couple left in the season this year. But starting Friday, May 12th, they begin the Food Truck Fridays, which will happen out at the sports park, which is out by the high school. And they'll have several different food trucks each week, cornhole games, movies, live music, and there's a whole list of different movies. So what you do is you go out, you know, hang out for the evening, and then it's, sunset-ish, then they start the movie, and it's always a family-appropriate movie. You can sit in your car and you can listen to it, you know, through your
on the
speaker.
radio.
On the radio. Or you can.
You don't have the little.
Or they have speakers outside that you can, you know, bring chairs or a blanket or whatever you want to do. They've got all different kinds of options, but it's just a really fun family event. You get to enjoy the park, and do those kind of things. Also, then. If anyone's, you know, I think this is also cool that, again, next week, that weekend of the 13th, at East Tawakoni, there is an annual race across the bridge, across the 2-mile bridge.
I was going to say 2 miles.
Yes, the 2-mile bridge, and they actually do a race across the bridge, and then they do another one that's a nautical mile, since they're over water. That's a fun run walk.
Right.
So you've got different things. You can register for that. Again, the information is on my newsletter, which is also on my Facebook page and all that. The Parks and Recreation Department has 4 times a year they do a pool tournament.
Right.
And the weekend of Saturday, May 13th is the next pool tournament. So they've got that coming on. They also have a pickleball social coming up. And
This
that's
is such a strange name for a interesting.
I know, but
new.
and they're going to do it up here at Austin Park at the new city park, our brand new one, which is just a couple of blocks
for
up
some
from here,
people
we're
where
sitting.
Austin School used to be.
Exactly. And they've got pickleball courts there, and they've done a really neat job with that park. And they're going to take 24 participants to play, but then they're going to have other things going on, and people can come and hang out and just
What day
cheer.
is it?
And this is going to be on Thursday, May 18th.
Nice.
So that evening. And this is interesting. Then on the following, we're going to the next weekend on Saturday, May 20th. The Commemorative Air Force B-29 and B-24 Squadron is going to be out at Majors Field with an air show, and they are bringing in Diamond Lil, which is one of only 2 remaining B-24 bombers.
Wow.
It's from World War I, right?
No, World War II.
Gotcha.
Yeah, World War II.
How fun.
I know.
It
I
is.
know. Yeah. So this is a a
Cool
really
things in town.
Yes.
It is amazing how much.
and they're gonna bring in some other historic airplanes too. And I understand one of the other ones they're bringing in. It's a smaller plane, but it was Eisenhower's plane.
Oh.
His personal, the plane that he used during that period.
Right.
For him as the Allied commander to be able to get around in. So they're going to have that actual plane here as well, and then several others. So you're going to be able to walk around. There are limited rides that you can buy on Diamond Lil. Now I don't know if they may be sold out now. One of them was sold out when I put my newsletter up. I didn't really list the information on them because they're extremely pricey.
Right.
But if you are a fan of this kind of thing and you want that experience, or it would be one of those wonderful things that I could see giving someone,
Right.
that might really enjoy it. But they're gonna have rides at 9:30 and 11, and if not, you can stand in and at least watch it fly,
Right.
which will be exciting.
Yes, always.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
hate to do this, but
Right. Can I
we are
get
like,
one more
one
thing?
more?
Okay,
That's it,
one more
one
thing.
more?
And because it's food. Okay, because this is also to me one of those annual events that just I always love, and that is the Greenville Knights of Columbus Mayfest, which is all about food.
Right.
All about food.
When is it? People will come.
Absolutely, and that's going to be on Saturday, May 20th from 11 to 7. The menu, which they always do such a great job, is beef brisket, lemon grilled chicken, potato salad, beans, coleslaw, bread, and dessert. And they have music and it's games, and it's just one of those things that's just, they do such a good job. They do 2 of those kind of events every year, that and Oktoberfest.
Right.
And you shouldn't miss either one, even if you just go get to-go food and take it home.
Right.
You shouldn't miss either
Go
one.
get food.
Yes. So,
Fun.
there's more stuff on my newsletter, which
Yes.
is on the Facebook page, and they can
Go and
subscribe
look.
to it
Yes.
there. Yes.
It'll show up in your email.
Yes.
If you want to do it that way, or you can go just
Go to the Facebook page and get it from there.
And get it from there.
Yes, indeed.
So thank you so much for coming.
Oh, I always
let
enjoy
us-
it.
And we may be able to finish the rest of the month. We may have. Maybe we'll have a slot where we can sneak you in. We had the difficulties today, but
We're fine.
thank.
Next week if you need it.
Okay, could come next week.
We'll see.
Okay. Thank you all very much for watching us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my co-host.
Anytime.
You and Winnie. Winnie, thank you for being here.
Winnie, you're so sweet. Yes.
Yes. Love on a leash.
Yes.
She's on a leash.
She is on a leash.
And we will see y'all next week.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.